we are back finally after weeks of not being able to cast this particular player. We're going to be able to jump into mid-series of GuMiho versus DaSh, and I got a couple of our eyes going down here to figure out what our players are looking like. We kick it off. Well, we kick it off here on Oceanborn, but our players continue it off here on Oceanborn. We're over here at the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the bottom right. We, of course, have our blue Terran player coming down from the land of Korea. He is, of course, going to be representing Cloud9. Not in Heroes of the Storm, but in StarCraft, we have GuMiho.
Jack, I don't think they have a Heroes of the Storm team anymore.
Not anymore.
Okay. And
they used to.
That's funny. In the top left-hand corner, we have the Filipino Protoss player, the Red Protoss himself, representing Blacklist International. It is DaSh. We go. We are going to be settling in. As you did mention, DaSh has been a little bit MIA, did recently join Blacklist International alongside Creator a couple of months ago, and when that did occur, there's been a lot of pressure on DaSh. I remember him messaging me saying like, oh, now I have to play in as much as I can, like I have to like get ready, I have to improve, I have to you know, keep up with my senpai Creator. Keep up.
Yeah. Keep it up. Pick it up.
Yeah, so it's great to see him here competing in ESL Asia. But how does he compare to GuMiho? Again, we're jumping in mid-series. GuMiho is leading 1-0, which, again, to be expected. GuMiho is a big favorite coming into this, the most recent Home Story Cup champion.
That's true. Forgot about it. It felt like forever ago, but it was actually only about a month ago at most. Maybe 2 months ago. When Home Story Cup happened. Yeah, he had that extremely close finals against Showtime. And it does look like his TvP, at the very least, is on point.
Yeah, GuMiho, he has a very unique style of TvP as well. I'm sure we're going to be embracing some of it. Unfortunately, missed out on what happened in Game 1, but of course is leading the series. And we can see DaSh opening up with his tech of choice, going for a Twilight Council opener.
What I have to wonder is if GuMiho went mass tanks in game number 1, or if he'll whip it out as well in game number 2. GuMiho, known to do that from time to time with varying levels of success in this matchup.
Oh yeah, he has mech'd it up against Protoss, and again, it has worked in the past, and I'm sure it will work again in the future. For now, it's going to be a double gas opener into a 1-1-1. We have a delayed CC out of GuMiho, so a much more aggressive start from our Korean Terran player, and we'll see what this leads into. For now, it looks like we're headed towards a Widowmine drop opener, or at least maybe even a kitchen sink.
Yeah. I don't know which one I like to see more, but as one of the few people who stubbornly cling onto Widowmine drops in every single TvP, and it's probably why I don't win them. I like seeing players much better than I am do it and succeed. Gives me hope. Gives me an excuse, or not excuse, a reason to keep doing it.
You're coping, man. You're coping. Oh god, yeah, that's the hard thing about not like always playing, right? Is that the meta does shift, and sometimes your builds, you know, they become a little bit outdated, and you have to learn new ones. It's like, no, like I've been doing this for years. Like, you think I'm gonna learn something new now?
Yeah. Everybody knows that the builds peaked when I discovered them. You know. Everybody knows that TvP openings attained perfection with the Widowmine drop. Why would we try to do anything different?
Yeah, why?
It doesn't make any sense.
It's fine. As the Mind Drop does come in, 2 probes going down to the natural. Mind Drop here in the main base as well, and we do get a 3rd probe.
Well, we get a 3rd probe, we get a little bit of scouting done. This was a pretty smart move from GuMiho, but unfortunately not going to work out for him. DaSh is wise to the fact that he waddled his 3rd Widowmine over to the ramp.
Yeah, did waddle on over. We do get 3 probe kills. That's an okay. We got a Stalker as well. You know, not the worst trade for GuMiho. Does confirm the tech of choice. We can see it's going to be 3-gate blink out of DaSh. So we're going to have an abundance of Stalkers to work with. And we are moving out across map. But another Stalker goes down.
GuMiho being very annoying here with these initial Widow Mines. Thankfully, he has stopped producing them. So, especially in the tech production. So he's going to be a little bit safer against these Stalkers. But yeah, so far these initial 4 Widow Mines have been getting some value.
Yeah, not too bad. Meanwhile, drop into the main, going for some workers, but last we have a shield battery, so we're not going to get any extra damage done. GuMiho is going to be cleaned up here in the main base, but at least the medevac does escape. And back at home, as you mentioned, we already have a solid tank count. DaSh doesn't really have a threatening enough Stalker force to really, threaten the main or threaten the natural, and GuMiho is even moving out.
Yeah, not something you typically see from Terran players in this situation. Usually after the initial mine drop, they're more one to kind of hang back, deal with the blink counterattack, and then push out. But not GuMiho. He got stim a little bit earlier, and he really wants to make use of it.
Yeah, stim is now done. We're going straight for the third base. So we will force a cancel, but we want even more than that. We could even just bust into the natural at the same time. DaSh out of position. Now we realize what's going on. He's racing back home, but it's too late.
Third is going to get cancelled. Second, medevac going to be rocking out with a third tank and a couple more Marines as well. That's usually where my mind goes when I think of Terran pushes against Protoss. I want the boys, but yeah.
We want the boys. I mean, we could use them here. The first Colossus is going to pop out just in time. We knock down the shield battery. No overcharge going to be available here at the natural. And the tanks are slowly encroaching upon that natural base. DaSh is contained. And GuMiho is expanding back at home. Is throwing down the third TC.
Just like so. Interesting way that GuMiho's kind of swapped his add-ons around. Because he now has a reactor on that factory.
Yeah, he's done with tank production, getting into what looks to be potentially even Widowmine production. Meanwhile, when we depower the robot, we're getting within range of the robot. It's under fire.
And it is going to go down. It's the only Colossus that DaSh has to work with from here on out. That's going to be even trickier now that these Marauders have rocked up and are going to be able to soak some of that splash damage.
Yeah, exactly. As now we take down the gateway as well. It's just a slow push here from GuMiho. DaSh did sneak out a probe, is sneaking out a base, which is great and all, but the production is what's in trouble right now. We're throwing down a robot, we're throwing down more gateways in the main base. But alas, we only have Stalkers to work with, and Zealots. Slow lots.
Yeah, slow lots, which funnily enough, not too good against tanks and Marines.
Also, my mistake, a charge is done, so we're going to be able to collapse on top of the Starry, but there's just barely anything to work with. Zealots, they come in from behind, but we have reinforcements as well. We're going to shut down the Zealots, and again, GuMiho is just pulling DaSh apart.
A valiant attempt at the sandwich, but unfortunately the bread was too thin for the Terran meat. GG is called, and GuMiho going to be taking that series 2-0, going to be advancing to face Shin.
GG, well played. GuMiho will take the series, and shout out to DaSh. You know, he again has been quite an active player in these online weekly tournaments. We haven't been able to cast him too often, but again, whenever we have a chance to, we try to get a glimpse of DaSh. Is a near and dear friend to the channel, and does fall to GuMiho, but no shame in that. Again, you know, GuMiho is a world-class player, is maybe even one of the favorites to make a deep run and take the tournament.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the bracket right now. It's going to be a pretty tough road ahead of him. Obviously, he has Shin to face off against in the quarterfinals, and in the semis, he's going to be facing either Bjorn or Classic. Those are all matches that can really go either way, and I think in at least 2 out of those 3 matchups, his opponents are going to be favored against him. But definitely possible. I don't think anybody would be too surprised if we see GuMiho in the finals.
Yeah, we'll see if he can make it there. As you mentioned, he does have quite a beast ahead of him. Shin has been patiently waiting for his next opponent, and up next is going to be a quarterfinals match between Shin and GuMiho.